So let me ask you this, man. Let's touch on the martial arts stuff because my
Yeah.
stuff is definitely action genre. I love the action genre. Don't get me wrong. I started in the paranormal and horror and all that.
Mm.
Like the first feature I ever did was House Guest Massacre, and we
Oh, wow.
shot that in 2013 with you ever seen Chucky, the Child's Play
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
The little kid from that, Andy Barkley, Alex
Oh,
Vincent.
cool. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
we ended up he ended up living in the same city as us in Florida
Oh,
in
right.
in Clearwater, and ended up getting him in our movie. But
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So I definitely can relate to the horror stuff. We did the paranormal. I did a show on Amazon, all that stuff. But I love action. You know, I love
Yeah.
Braveheart, Gladiator. I love
Yeah.
martial arts. Let's touch a little bit on that, man. Can you tell me, because you said you worked with a lot of martial artists, who are some of the people you worked
Yeah.
with? And let's dive in on that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a couple of horror things, and then I just in like 2020 and 21, I shot a pilot for a martial arts martial arts series
Mhm.
called Immortal Fists. And we ended up with like a couple great older martial artists and stuff. We ended up with Gerald Okamura, who I
Okay.
don't know if you're familiar. He's the Asian guy. He's bald with the big goatee, and he's in Blade, Big Trouble in Little China, The Octagon with Chuck Norris,
Okay. Okay.
everything. And through that, I started doing a lot of work with the Martial Arts History Museum here in LA, which is this great organization, and they celebrate and continue on the careers of all sorts of martial artists. Like, and through that, I got to meet Al Leong from Lethal Weapon and Die Hard, who
Okay.
eats the candy bar in Die Hard, right? You know, and all these great guys. And ironic, for my current film, Killer X, I'm about to go shoot with Gerald Okamura tomorrow. We're going to shoot, just a conversation scene. Gerald doesn't do a lot of action anymore. He's in his 70s and he's had heart issues and stuff. But yeah, and then also on Killer X, we have Mohammed Kisi, who used to go by Michael Kisi, who's
Oh,
Tong
yeah.
Po in Kickboxer.
Yeah, he was best friends with Jean-Claude Van Damme, right?
Jean-Claude. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he still knows Jean-Claude. Yeah. So I got to work with him too, and it's interesting. All these guys they're not 30 years old anymore. I've gotten to meet these guys in their more senior years. But Muhammad can still. We just did we shot a fight scene that took like an entire day in December for Killer
Mhm.
X, and he just went all day long. He's like 62 or something like that, but he can move, and he's gigantic. I mean, he's a big dude. And I never really shoot shots like this, and I just decided to. This is a little outside of my style, but I thought it'd be funny to have him have a shot where he's just punching into the lens, as he's punching the guy, and the guy's stumbling back. And so I'm there with my I shot the whole film. This film myself. It's my first one I've actually been the cinematographer on. I usually have a DP, but I wanted to get into this one, and so I'm there, with my handheld camera like this, and he's going to the thing. And all I can think was like, this is terrifying. This is what it would feel like if Muhammad Kisi was like punching me in the face over and over and over again. Like, damn, this is really good.
When you're working with Michael Kisi, on it's your latest project, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What's it called?
It's called Killer X.
Killer X. Okay, that's the one with you working with the blonde.
Yeah.
Now, was there a lot of fights in this? And how long was he on set? Like, did you have to deal with him for weeks on end, or was he just in for a couple days?
Couple days. He came in from Amsterdam, I think, or Morocco. I'm not sure. He lives between those two places. And we actually shot his stuff in pickups. He was supposed to come in June when we shot most of the film, and there was just an immigration issue and stuff, and he wasn't able to make it. I woke up at 6 a.m. The day we were supposed to shoot with him, to like 27 text messages from my producer, like just melting, just and I was like, I've been here before. Because he's our name, right? I mean, he's our name now. I was like, you know what? We'll work this out. We'll figure this out. It's probably gonna, cause some issues, but we figured it out. And we did. It took some while. And then I went back. We filmed mostly in New Jersey and Philadelphia area.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Some great locations and stuff. Just, you can go there and like just talk to somebody who owns a pizza restaurant and be like, can we film in your place? And they're like, yeah, sure. Can you
It's
put
crazy.
the name inside?
Yeah. They're not used to it,
You don't do that in LA. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Can
they're
we
like,
film
"Oh,
here?
yeah, how much does it pay?"
Yeah, yeah. And oh, by the way, NCIS has it booked out for the next 2 months. You know, they'll just book it out just to make sure no one else films there. It's not LA's not a friendly filming location town for indie film. It's geared towards studio television and film production. It's not really. No one's really looking to help out the little guy out here, is what I found. So that's why I really like filming on location. But anyway, to answer your question, no, so I went back in December, just last month, and we ended up doing like 4 days of pickup shooting, and Muhammad was there for two of those. Came in and did all his dialogue scenes one day, and then he did all his fight scenes the next day, and wrapped out, and we are done. That was it. That was short and sweet, but you know, you kind of get to know people quickly, like
Mhm.
in doing stuff like that. Like you show up like, "Hi, Mohammed, I'm Jim. It's nice to meet you. I'll be having you sit over here and say these words," and that's it. And you're off and running. It's really funny. It's
Was he
like
pretty chill on set?
oh,
Pretty
absolutely,
chill?
yeah, yeah, totally cool. And came in with a lot of great ideas. Um, Sometimes ideas from actors, or as a director, you go like, okay,
You don't wanna
that
shut
way
it
too,
down.
I guess. But but
Yeah.
but when someone like him, you're talking about someone who's just got so many decades of experience that he can take an idea on the page and say, well, if we do it this way, maybe it goes a little better and stuff. And not always, it's not like all his ideas were like, here, I would look cooler doing it this way. Some of them
Mhm.
were hilariously funny. Like he just said, what if instead of coming out, I kind of like peek out like that, like, you know, and for a guy his size, it's just funny. So yeah, I mean, he came wanting to be a creative partner and play a lot, and he was wonderful. He was wonderful to everybody. We did some great stuff, and yeah, we're happy to have him in the film. It was really an honor working with him.
That's cool, man. When is that one coming out? You getting close?
Looking, yeah, probably. I would hazard that later this year. I think it's going to be out on video, and probably some select theatrical